Hello, planet Earth. I'm Brooke Nicole.
And I'm the embodied Nicole.
Yeah. Hello, welcome to our Monday night circle time with you guys. Thank you for being here. We have been creating this space and anchoring light here to be a clear channel for everyone who arrives in this circle space. And when you arrive in, just take your big deep breath, connect with your body, close your eyes for a moment. If you want to, do it with us now. Okay, close your eyes if it's good and safe to. And just feel your breath in your body. Feel it rise and fall. Feel it slide up and down your spine. Let the sound come out. Let all the stress follow that GPS, that exhale out of the body. And as you inhale, call in the purest living energy, the highest frequencies and vibrations that support your highest good, the highest good of the collective, for the good of all and the harm of none. Juice me up, Source. That's what you're doing on your inhale. And when you're ready, opening your eyes if you haven't already. Love that. That's part of what drop the fuck in really means. To really feel into your vessel, to have all of your presence here, to call all of that source in. That's what I would like to talk about today, is calling source into the body. And releasing those things that really, really don't serve us. A big thing that's been happening in my life right now has been some like cord cutting and energy release. And there are so many different lineages, so many different ways to do things like cord cutting, like womb clearing, hook removal, all the things. So many different lineages and methods. I would like to say that when you DTF in, the sovereignty that you call in to the body doesn't allow for any of those things to stick. They rise to the surface. So any old programming or patterning or ways of being just begin to fade away. You're not drawn to the same things you once were. You're not drawn to consume the things you once were. You change the channel. You stop eating that and you start nourishing yourself with this. This is what happens when you call your sovereignty in, and it doesn't always come. Cancel clear before that and better. It's different for everybody. And so, what I'm talking about, these things falling away, these energies, these patterns, these frequencies falling away from us, in the spirit of cutting cords, attachments, energetics, contracts with, connections to other people, situations, programs, energies. When you call that sovereignty in the body, turned on in the body, you're turned on, you're calling your sovereignty in. All it really truly takes is a thought. Y'all, I had this moment the other night where I was doing some somatic body work to myself, just kind of like finding the places that really needed something. And I felt this place in my ankle that I had been focusing on for quite some time. I had these awakenings, these remembrances of a multidimensional aspect of myself who had been mistreated in their body and felt a certain way in the ankle. And as that piece of me has been integrating and embodying, weaving in with my full consciousness, I discovered the other day when I was focusing on this somatic work, bringing love and grace and zhuzh into the space that hurt. I was calling Reiki, the purest living energy, into it. And this awakening happened. And I turned it off. I decided it was no longer there, and the pain went away. I know that sounds kind of bonkers, right? Thought, just taking pain away. But truly, this is what we can tap into when we call in the source of the all of everything. Reiki in its essence is a prayer with universal life force energy. Let me be a clear channel. Put my hands here. And that's where the energy flows. But the body is also intelligent. Our energy body is also intelligent. And it is beyond this 3D physical vessel. And so this source frequency that is beyond this 3D physical vessel is flowing into the body to do miracles. As you start taking care of yourself and these patterns and programs and habits and foods and people and places and things start to fall away that don't serve your highest, goodest, bestest, purest frequencies of yes, of yeah, buddy, as they fall away, the only thing that can flow in when you're calling in this source channel is miracle, is grace, is love, is abundance. Whew. I want to talk about cord cutting more, but that's what I have to say about that right now. I'm going to start pulling some cards. What do you think? Do you do cord cutting stuff? Have you on your own?
A little bit. I find that I feel like I'm not doing it right, so I don't know. There's a belief behind it that I feel like's not there, that I kind of need to. Yeah. But I do like cleansing rituals.
Yeah. Stuff. Right, and that's important to keep our energy clear. Call your energy back to you. Mm-hmm. When you, like, say for instance, if you're smudging with sage or Palo Santo or with your violet flame breath, you know, that's another realm of Reiki light that we can talk about. Those energy cleansings are really, really important. And so I like that you said it that way, the piece of belief. Because yes, I think that's what I was trying to get at before a little bit, is that we have to make that choice. When I decided it's healed, it was healed. And I got all of these side loads, downloads, uploads into my body on how to heal myself even more. To say prayers over my energetic body, my sovereign vessel, which involves my mind that creates all the thoughts, right? I prayed a prayer. I prayed the Reiki light around myself so that my thoughts would start to change as well. That I would land more in faith and belief. So what's a good for instance? Say, for instance, you are driving down the street, or you're walking down the street, or maybe you're walking through a bar, and you are in union with somebody, you know. And I know I have done this back in the years in which I was a sleeper agent. People have dusted their feathers on other people, trying to get attention, right? You get what I mean, feather dusting, right? A little, you know, like on Beauty and the Beast, you know, whatever. Anyway, the feather dusting, for instance, when we want to keep our vessel sacred and sovereign, when we want to keep our union sacred and sovereign, when we want to keep our energy lines clean. We can pray a prayer that our heart be pure, that our mind be pure, that it not want or seek out to cast feathers around. Dust feathers, cast nets. I know I'm saying it funny. We can call that in. For myself, having spent quite a bit of my life feeling and longing for a certain kind of love or being loved a certain kind of way, and not feeling like I had been receiving it, or not perceiving that I had been receiving that longing. I know, this is some shadow stuff, y'all, that I did spend time looking out for the thing that I felt could quench my thirst, essentially. And then there were other times too, this is deep shadow, right? When I did feel or perceive that I was being so loved, it still felt a longing. And it was a deep somatic, in the depths of my being type of longing that I had been so used to. And this is where an energy hook or cord or pattern or way of being was living in me. And I say was because it was. It's no longer. I prayed a prayer to have a clean, pure heart for myself, for my beloved. And when I did that, I no longer wanted to look out anymore. I no longer wanted to dust my feathers on anyone else. Because my vessel is sacred. My sacred sovereign soul is here animating this. And to keep this clean and clear, I'm not trying to draw the gaze of any others, right? That is some deep womb work, and it involves shadow. It involves those things that gosh, for some of us has caused shame, and has caused guilt, and has been a reflection out from the people around us. But all of those things, when we are cutting cords, require a desire in the heart, a longing, a prayer in the heart. That's why, they say things like you can lead a horse to water but can't make it drink. It's got to want to do it. I offer us all so much grace to allow ourselves to get there in our hearts when we do in divine timing. That's the pathway. To let go all of those things that we don't need, because the portal of the heart knows and discerns what is good and what is pure and what is joyful and what is sovereign and what is real. So calling in this aspect of self is so key to being able to let those things go that no longer serve. You know what I mean? I hope that helps. Thank you for the babbly parts and sticking with it. I'm going to pull some cards for us. Amber already did. You want to share while I do? No, not yet. Okay, should I talk about it? Okay. For those who have concerns, number 6, Beaver Spirit, lay a solid foundation. Lay a solid foundation. It's cute. It's got this cutie little beaver that is knitting with sticks. Feathers in the hair. Perched on a branch. Weaving the magic lay a solid foundation. That's part of this whole calling in your sovereignty, cutting the cords and the things that no longer serve. That's part of creating your solid foundations. There was this song that I loved when I was little bitty, and it talked about not building your house on a sandy land, to build it upon a rock. Good foundation with a solid spot. But the beaver likes to build their foundations over the flow of the river or within the flow of the river, right? There's something there. Being able to go with the flow and not anchoring too deeply in one way of being is how we allow ourselves to come into that space of, yeah, this is who I am, and this is why I'm here, and I'm healthy, I'm my highest, I'm vibrant, I am graceful, I am silly, I am gorgeous, I am wonderful, I am abundant, I am abundant, I am abundant, I'm prosperous, I'm abundant, I'm prosperous. Being able to flow and have your foundation still be solid, that's what the beaver teaches us. Looking cute while they do it. Next we have the wise owl spirit. It's a white owl with a cute little crown, number 43. You see clearly now that we've told you what to do. I gave you the keys. You already knew that though. That's why we're talking about it today. Call in the owl spirit to help you see clearly the wisdom of our planet, the ancestors, the medicine people that have come before, that illuminate the pathway. As we begin to call in that sovereignty, we remember more and more and more of who we are in connection in with our lineages and the ones here on planet Earth and beyond. That's where wisdom is, and we access it right here in the heart. That's where everything activates. That's how we get to see clearly. The portal is this way, right there. You get what I mean? Next is the Bobcat. The first time I've ever seen this card, number 8. We're in the year of 8. Life is a mystery. Sure is, isn't it? Such a mystery. It's gorgeous. It looks like a lyran to me. Woo. Love it. Next, beep. Okay, I'm going to pull these cards for us and see what source message is for us tonight. How's everybody doing? Thanks for being here. Hello, planet Earth. Why don't everybody take a big deep breath while we pull these cards. Ask for the message that rings loud and true in your heart space to flow through. Good tarot. Boom, here they come. 5 of water. 5 of water. It's a mermaid. She is in a seashell and she's dancing like this, right? Something like that. She's got some pearls down below and a seahorse next to her. 5 of water. We're going to read these cards as a full story. So the 5 of water has to do with our hearts, has to do with love and abundance. The flowy pathway in and through the heart. And the 5 in the tarot is kind of like the peak of the journey or the valley of the journey. It could be where you finally reach the top. You had all your tools with you, you reached the top, and now it's time to glide and coast down. Or, you know, you reached that bottom. Oh, man. And now it's time to coast up. This is where the space of 5 is. It's a space for releasing those things that no longer serve. Releasing those things that no longer serve so you can float on down the stream. Next we have the 5 of air. lots of fives. Okay, and so what were we talking about? Like, gosh, there it goes. We were talking about releasing these things in your heart, commanding them in your heart. It's like a little ballerina fairy with feathers all over the place. She's on point, and there's doves flying all around her. And so in the same way, we can be in flow, we can be in a space of graceful release. We can also take action and speak it out, write it out, pray, intend, call in those things that serve you. And if the things that you need to release are known, write it down, burn it, put it in your bucket. Do a ritual, breathe it out on a deep breath, and that's what that's calling for us to do. When we do these things, we come into this space of like the light at the end of the tunnel. This is the 9 of air. This has come up 2 weeks in a row at the globe circle. The 9 of air, it's the beautiful angel who is just like, here I am. There's doves all around her in a circle. There's rejoicing. The battle's over. Now it's time to survey the land, Supporting our 5 of water, our flow state, our love and abundance is number 20, which is call. Tooting the horn, praise and glory. You got it now. Gosh, we're going to get better at those lights. It's really beautiful. Look at her. Yeah. The message is, it is your call to be in this flow state or not. You have this birthright, this sovereignty to be in this state of glory and flow and heights and joy and in your allness of who you are. And you have the support of the angels, you have the support of your guides, you have the support of your ancestors, you have the support of your family, your friends, to be this. The 10 of fire is what supports the 5 of air. It mirrors our 9 here, the beautiful end, the light at the end of the tunnel, the one who's come up to survey the land. But this one wrote it all down. Just like I said, we command, we release. We command and we release those things intentionally and on purpose. We write it down, we burn it. We don't need that anymore. Goodbye. Write the letter. Write the letter. You don't have to send it. You can just write it. You can burn it. They'll get it. Their highest self is coming to the carpet. Your highest self is coming to the carpet and meeting up. You have this magic. You can cut these cords. You can intend these things from right where you are. I did a dance one time with my little cord cutting tool that I have. And within a week, my life was just done, shifted, tower, When you do these things, the phoenix will always rise. The phoenix will always rise. And now, as we are up in this space of the battle is over, we have done the things. My word is my command. We have the 4 of fire. Fire is magic. Fire is wands. We have this beautiful fairy in the forest with this amber light all over it. Amber. 4 is the number of balance. And when we are commanding our space, y'all always hear me say things like shields on full, shields on full, shields on full, shields on full. Commander space. Call in the directions. Call in the elementals. Call in your source. Call in your guides, your team. Say it. We balance with our heart's intention, we see clearly when we turn our hearts on and allow ourselves to activate through our imagination. That's why, you know, when we do Reiki, quite often there's a lot of imagery, and not everybody has all the same facets on. We all see according to how our souls can see. But our imaginations are key in being able to call in this balance. I mean, activate your spaceship all around you, you know. Message from our spirit guides, the Ace of Water. It's a seahorse carrying a pearl. It's got all the treasure. The Ace of Water. New love is here. New abundance is here for you. There is more than enough. It is your choice to be in your heart, to stay in flow. It is your choice to build a solid foundation. But it's all love, and it's all there, and it's abundance, 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 abundance for you. And now, the trick that I learned from my brother teacher was that you should look at the bottom of the deck, because that's the cloud cover. That is the gist of it all. And who do we have? We have the King of Water. You know, he is so wise. He's so wise. So abundant. So much love. Sweet. He loves his little fish. He's got a trident behind him. It's just like on his back. He probably doesn't have to use it that often anymore, because he's just in this love state. That is that's the goal. That's the space to be. And that is what happens when we call on our sacred sovereign soul. It's all love. Because remember, only love may enter. Only love may enter. Only love may enter. Only love may enter. That's also how you can command your womb space clean. That's how you can do this deep womb work. You command that, and you believe that, and you want that over your body. You won't have any more feathers to dust anyone with. You know what I mean? So, that's what I have to say. Love to hear your thoughts. Maybe you're coming back in the hood mode. Alright, dear ones, thank you for listening in. I love it. Thank you for being here. So much peace and abundance, life in abundance, joy in abundance, love in abundance to you. Gaia. Peace and life.